Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and today is the craft room. Clean with me, declutter, organize, all of it. I'm super excited to share this with you. I cannot wait to show you guys the before and the after because it still looks like the after. I am so happy. This took weeks and weeks and weeks, so I cannot wait to show you guys what it looks like now. So let's go. Started to show you guys my craft room. I do want to thank Wish for sponsoring today's video. And if you guys have never heard of the Wish app, it is a high growth mobile online marketplace and it allows shoppers to browse and buy items from third-party sellers. I love how many categories there are. I love how many ideas and options, and I love the whole app. You can definitely be browsing on this for hours on end. Their prices are really affordable, and they also do have name brand items on the website as well. I loved just searching the organizing category because there is just so many different ideas that I have never seen before to organize, and they did send me a few items over so I could get some help with organizing my craft room. So I'm super excited to share those with you because they were absolutely super affordable and I love the quality of these items and they are definitely what I wanted and what I saw on the internet. So the first thing that they sent me was just this little hanging organizing basket. It's like a cloth little organizer. I love this. It is gray and white and I love that there's like a little wooden hanger. I thought this would be great to add receipts and other things in here. The next thing that they sent me, this is actually a makeup organizer, but I thought it would be super great to add crafts with as well. It's going to be holding all of my Cricut accessories. If you don't have a Cricut, I thought it would be really great for paint supplies as well, paint brushes, the little apple barrel paints that are 50 cents that we all use, Waverly chalk paint, like whatever. It would hold so many different ideas. You could also put like your batteries for your camera in here. There's just so many different options, but yeah, I ended up adding all of my Cricut tools. These always get lost because I like to craft on my floor, so I thought this would just be a super great idea to use for my Cricut. They also sent me these 4 cubed organizers from Closet Made, and I will be putting these together later on and show you guys what I put inside of them. So here it is. This is a little embarrassing. It is my craft room before. Yes, it was like this for months. In months, it was like this forever. And you can see that there's a tiny little area on the floor. I do craft on my floor, and that little tiny area with my tripod is where I would craft. It was a mess. Like I said, this did take weeks, so you are going to see different, like how my craft room is really clean, how there's different stuff in it, just because I like to shop and I like to buy craft supplies. So yeah, this is what it looks like before, so take it all in. On the edge of life. So the first thing that I did here was just kind of pick up like items. I had a bunch of garbage on the floor that could definitely get picked up. I was using my Cricut machine this day, so I thought, you know what, I really need to get my laptop off the floor. I need to take care of my Cricut accessories, my Cricut items. So like I said, I was really just trying to do like items and get the garbage out of there. This was like a whole thing. Obviously, this started around Valentine's Day. So yeah, it's been weeks, like I said, because I was doing Valentine crafts here. So that's kind of crazy to think that that's all that was in my craft room at one point in time. So right here, like I said, I am just kind of sorting. You can't really tell, but a lot of my items on the left-hand side were brand new items I picked up at Dollar Tree, and then I was just trying to figure out what I just didn't need anymore, wanted to take care of things. I mean, it is like definitely a whole process when it comes to cleaning a craft room that is this messy. So right here, I have this, it's not a dresser, what is it? A chest. This was actually in my living room, and then during Christmas time we put our Christmas tree where this dresser was, or this chest was, and it was in there for a couple months, and I was like, I don't really even want this anymore. I ended up giving it back to my grandma. She gave it to me, and I was like, you know what, I redid our living room. I really just didn't have any use for it anymore, and it was also packed with stuff. So right now I am just taking everything off of here, and then my husband's going to help me move it out of the craft room, and he actually brought it to my grandma's that day. So that was out of the way. behind the door I really wanted to tackle as well, because there was just as much stuff on the ground as there was up on these shelves. So I really wanted to keep this shelf up here. I just kind of threw decor up there. It's been up there for a couple of years. Like, I never cleaned it, I never changed it, but I wanted my paints and stuff on that shelf up above. Yes, I am just hand dusting. There was just so many like floral pieces that were falling apart. And I wanted to move this cube unit because I wanted my new what are they called? The little cube units, the new ones I wanted behind the door because I had two of them. I thought they'd fit perfect. I knew exactly where I wanted them when I got them in the mail. So I'm just taking a ton of stuff out. Things I did not want, things that needed to go, things I had no use for. Like I said, this is a process. I can't explain it all because it's hard to explain. This right here, I started taking all my paints because I never know what kind of paint I have. So that's how much paint I have, a lot. Some of it was dried up, I did have to get rid of, so I did go through some of the older stuff, and I was like, oh, this has got to go. Like, I didn't even know I had some of this stuff in there. So this was really nice to go through, and then I could set on a shelf so I could actually see what kind of paint and what kind of stuff I had. Nothing's gonna slow us down as long as we fall. Nothing's gonna slow us down as long as we fall. It feels like everyone around us seems to know. If you lose your temper, you don't have control. It's on the edge of life. Losing our precious time. And then I started working on my florals. I didn't go into this. This took forever to do, but I just kind of organized them. So I put like greenery and like spring florals, things I was going to actually be using within the next months or so. I have a lot of like fall florals, so I did organize those, kind of like put all my fall items together and my greenery together, because I knew I was going to end up using more greenery at this point than fall flowers. Like, that will be coming in September, so no use for those. I ended up sticking those at the top of my closet, and I redid a couple shelves in my closet as well, so I will show you guys that later on. Yeah, this is stuff that was in my closet. I started taking stuff out. I have a lot of stuff, so let's keep the video rolling and you guys can just watch as you go. I organized signs. So this, even at the end, is not going to look organized. It's not going to look beautiful. It's definitely not Pinterest worthy by all means, but it is working out for me. So I have a lot of signs, a lot of wood signs. I make a lot of stuff. So I didn't want to get rid of it just to go buy more. So I put all my signs, all my canvases, everything in this bin, plus another one, plus kind of toppled it at the bottom of my closet. But it works, and I know there's a bunch of signs in there, so I have no reason to go buy more. I actually picked up the Dollar Tree and ended up sticking them in the 4-cube cubbies. And some of my organizing, like I said, is not going to make sense to some people, but this is like kind of my newer items that I picked up at Dollar Tree that I plan on doing some DIYs and crafting with. So I wanted all this in plain sight, like things that I would actually be using soon rather than later. I didn't want to end up throwing them in the closet and never using items and going, man, like, where is that? So definitely just had everything out that I was going to eventually use sooner than later. This tiny little ottoman I've had forever, I feel like. and everything was in here forever. I don't remember the last time I actually cleaned this out, but I did not need most of this stuff. And it was a lot of like mason jars I painted, and then I painted them again, and then I painted them one more time. So they really just had no use. I could definitely donate stuff like that. So I kind of just threw everything in a garbage bag, went on with what I was going to do. Some stuff I did end up tossing because there was no reason to keep this stuff. But I did just put a lot of glass stuff in here. It makes it just a little bit easier to get to. I also ended up having to put some glass items in the closet. At least like my youngest daughter won't hurt herself on them, or I mean, they all run around. So we definitely got to keep glass away. And at this point, nobody was allowed in this craft room because somebody would have broken a leg at that point. Right now, I'm going through the desk area. Like I said, you're going to see that I'm wearing different clothes. There was no way I was going to be able to do this entire thing. So I'm just clearing the desk off, clearing the inside of the desk off, getting things out of there that I didn't need, taking care of stuff that I did not take care of. Down here, I started to take care of all of my Cricut items, and I did just have this little teal bin underneath my desk, and that is where I put all my rolls of Cricut materials. So that always works. When I do get my Cricut out, I can just pull it out and then sit on the floor and use my Cricut, and that's why my computer was on the floor in the beginning, because I like to sit on the floor and craft. I also use my Cricut while I sit on the floor. So yeah, just getting everything together over here.
So small, watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be some.
This little bin right here, my little crafting tool bag, whatever you want to call it, I put my most used items in here. So I always keep this on the floor. I'll drag it out. This is probably not the most organized thing in the end, because I actually use a lot and I like it all in this bag. So like I can definitely just like pull it out, use what I need. I know where everything is. So I guess that's really all that matters there.
No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive.
And now over here, I'm working on the closet, and I just took everything out along with the shelving because the shelves were so tiny. They were not wide enough, so we did end up picking up some new shelves, and I just put those in. And you can't really tell the difference because they're all white, but they are definitely wider, so I can fit more items in there without them hanging over the shelving units. And then I just used some more bins from Dollar Tree and just threw some items in there, just kind of items that didn't really go with anything. Used some baskets, just a lot of organizing tools for sure. Now I am finally putting together these 4 cubed closet made organizers. I was really excited about this. I did want to wait a little bit until my craft room was clean and I could actually sit on the floor. So you can tell that I'm getting somewhere with this craft room. If I can sit there and I'm not in a tiny little hole, I'm getting there. But I am so happy that I have these because this helped me organize so well. You guys will see in the end everything, and I'll go over everything as well. But these were super easy to put together and definitely are making my craft room life way easier.
When I'm in this town, look at the beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try.
Now I'm just adding a bunch of bins to my 4 cubed storage organizers. And I only put one together so far. You're gonna see in the end that I obviously put both of them together, but I actually just used this little corner of my new items, things I was gonna use. I put that little organizing, like cloth organizer on the back of the door, and I love that there because when I come in from shopping, I can actually just throw my receipts in there because since I do YouTube, I have to keep all my receipts of all the items I buy for my videos. So I definitely need something like that. Another one of these bins from Dollar Tree, I put in all of my essential oil necessities. I love Simply Earth, so I have a ton of their stuff in, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I had it in boxes, had it all over the place, and I ended up putting it behind in one of these little cube units as well, and it seriously makes my life so much easier. This is the end, you guys. I'm so proud that I did it. Like, I never would have thought that this would look this good in my entire life. I don't think my craft room honestly has ever looked this good since I've had a craft room. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy it, and then I will tell you what I did with everything.
Not to hold me down, feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car.
All right, so this corner is all of my vinyl. So it looks messy, but I promise you it really isn't. I just don't have a good storage idea for this yet. I'm thinking maybe some shelves or like some more cubbies. I'm not really sure, but this works because like I said, I'm on the floor and I can just grab it. Over the door hanger, I just like to put wreaths I've already made that I just really like. And yes, here's all my receipts, and then I threw in some pens and things like that in the second one that I use all the time for my planners. And then on my pegboard, I just have all my paintbrushes, ribbon, just a lot of like mostly used items, my rotary blades, things I do not want my young daughter to get into. Not my nail gun, my staple gun, a label maker, like just all kinds of stuff. This I'm so happy with. I am so glad that all my paints are laying out so I can see them better. This shelf was definitely worth keeping up. I honestly thought about taking it down for a minute, and then I'm like, no, I can definitely put paints up here. And then, like I said, these are just items I recently bought, but I really wanted them out and in the open. I didn't want to put them in the closet because I do want to start using more items that I buy versus just buying stuff and storing them. So I am overly happy with these because I can just pull out one of these bins, set it on the floor, start crafting. This little stuff, Rae Dunn, it was from TJ Maxx, and then I just have a lot of miscellaneous in there. I really haven't organized that a whole lot. My chalk couture items just in this little basket, And then up here is my little makeup slash paint slash Cricut organizer. I love this, and I love that my tools are right there, so when I need them I can just grab them and I know exactly where they are. So happy with that cute little organizer. Like, I definitely didn't know I would need something like that, but now I know I do. And then working my way down on this little cube unit, I have a lot of Simply Earth. So I have Simply Earth boxes. I have a whole thing of Simply Earth and a cake pan, because why not throw a cake pan in there, right? And then at the bottom is just my candle making items and then some chalk paint that I have not opened yet. So definitely had to have that laying around. And that is it for this little corner behind the door. I'm so happy with this area because these are like my most used or most needed items. So I think that works perfect. The closet, like I said, is not Pinterest worthy. The whole bottom of this is signs. So now when I walk into this closet, I know that I don't need to buy one sign because it's probably not going to fit in there. And then I just have paints, glass jars, bins, succulents, like hot glue sticks, foam, just really random miscellaneous stuff. But I only have like one of each, so that worked out well. And then I just have my fall florals in here and a lot of Arteza items. And then I also have some stuff that I still want to organize eventually down the road. But like I said, this probably took almost a month to do. So some things can just wait a while. I need a tiny bit of break, and I really am just enjoying the craft room the way it is right now. And then I had another bin that nobody's seen. This is just items that didn't fit into those little cube units. So this old radio, this just stays in here. We have nowhere to put it, but it is old and it needs a home. So this corner's not organized as well, but it is organized. It's just wreaths. And then up above the wreaths is another little shelf. And this is just items like wood pieces, buttons, beads, just really small items that I thought would look cute in jars. And my jars are definitely not organized, but this is also real life here too. So yes, like I said, not Pinterest worthy, but it's worthy enough.
I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip.
And then this area over here, I have some thrifted items I will be working on soon. I have felt, stickers, cardstock possibly. There's just a lot of stuff. I haven't really organized those as well. Stencils, more felt. The florals I will be using now, more essential oils, of course. And then I have this 6 cube bin that I've had for absolutely ever. I can't remember not having it, but these aren't super organized, but they're organized enough. There's like yarn in one, burlap in one. I actually used some big Ziploc baggies, and I just labeled everything. Actually, I had my oldest daughter label some things for me, and now I just know that I can come in here and look at all my small wooden items to see if I am running out or need to pick anything up. I definitely don't need to pick anything up for a really long time because I have all kinds of stuff in there. And then I do have, this is kind of like a random miscellaneous, I didn't know where to put that stuff. Burlap. And then the last one is like spring items, like Easter / spring / items like that. And then, yeah, that's really it for the video, you guys. It's my craft room organizing. You've seen the before, you've seen the after. Let me know if you guys have a craft room and how clean is it? Do you clean it? Do you keep it a mess? I'd love to know. Let me know. But that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, I would love you to consider sticking around and subscribing. Also, thank you, Wish, for sponsoring today's video once again. If you guys do want to check them out, I will leave a link in the description box below. But that is it, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!
My breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes.